how's it going? Oh my god, I'm stupid. I literally got water for the stream. I was like, I'm not gonna forget water. I'm not gonna forget water. And then I left it downstairs. Okay, nobody hydrate, redeem, okay? Nobody hydrate. I'll go get it in a little bit. Hi TGM, hi Minakalu, hello my Oshi. Congrats on getting first for once. You forgot BGM too? Oh wait, did I? Hold on. I turned it up. Can you guys hear it? Is it there? Is it there? I hope it's there. If it's not, I'm cooked. But yeah, how's it going? Today we're gonna just be chatting and chilling, and I have prepared some very special tier lists to do because I haven't done a tier list stream in a really long time. Like I did one, oh my god, I think it was like over a year ago actually. I did one with Taro where we categorized our friends as like different things, but I wanted to do more like genuinely tier list type of things. Like, you know, there's some sort of scale where one of them is better and one of them is worse. Hold on, let me set up my scene. I totally forgot to, but okay, hold on, let's go to gaming. Alrighty, so any guesses for what my tier list themes are going to be today? I actually spent a lot of time today making these tier lists like on the tier list maker website, and I made them public. So if you have differing opinions than me, you should totally Google the same tier list as me. And hopefully you'll find the one that I made. And you can share your opinions with me in Discord if you really want to. Discord. You did talk about one of them? Yeah! Yes, you guys can do them too. Okay. Hold on. Let me reorganize my windows a little bit. And I linked all of them to myself. I'm thinking about what order I want to do these in. I know I definitely want to get through the two that I referenced in the thumbnail and the title on YouTube today. And those are going to be, I forgot which one I talked about on stream before actually, but I'm just going to show all of them to you now so that you can sort of get an idea of what we're gonna be doing. All right, browser window. There we go. There it is in my incognito tab so I don't accidentally show you anything weird. People named after states? Yes. Okay, that is the first one that we're gonna do, I feel. I believe Nahi can beat a shark in a fight easy. I'm glad that you think so. Because today we have US states by how viable they are as human names. And this is going to go from real human name, could be a name, maybe if you squint, probably not, and definitely not. Yeah, I made name tags for all 50 states here. And yeah, I mean, I think that one's pretty straightforward. Next we got Uma Musume characters, but by name only. This one is a very simple, you know, S to D system where I'm just going to rate how good the names are, in my opinion. And I currently have, this is the longest one. This is every Uma Musume character who is released on global. So it includes a bunch of horses that are not out in US servers yet. Which means I will be less swayed, I guess, by how much I like or dislike the horses. Obviously, I'm going to know a lot of them. But I want to be really objective. Like, I'm not going to think about the character at all. And just think about their name. And that's it. Oh, and this does not include, though, characters that are support cards only. This is only raceable horses, yeah. Interested in seeing Tokai Teo? Even though I'm beefing with Tokai Teo, I will rate her name objectively. Will I think that Tokai Teo is a good horse name? I don't know, but... But yeah, I'm also going to say that for this one, I'm allowed to look up their names in Japanese and look at the kanji and look at what they mean, because I don't want to be biased, okay? I don't want to automatically like names that are in English more, you know? Like, some of these are also not English or Japanese. I'm allowed to look up what they mean and figure it out. Yeah. Bonus Japanese kanji learning. Yes, I hope there's something really strange in here somewhere and that they're not all just like katakana, but yeah. Hi Seb, how's it going? Yeah guys, my merch exists if you want to match shirts with me. It would be really swag. And there's my cover of Rumor by Police Piccadilly. I cooked on the video, if I do say so myself. Please watch it. I put a lot of effort into it. But yeah, oh yeah, this one, okay, I know all these states already. This one will also not be biased about like my opinion of the states. Not saying I have any opinions about states. I don't. But, you know, just saying. Okay. And next we got fish, based on if I could take them in a fight. Whether or not this is me if I was a fish, or me as a human being. And by human being, I mean a vampire. That's ambiguous. But, you know, I win easy. It'll be tough, but I do win. It's a fair fight. I'll put up a fight, but the fish wins, or they beat me easily. And I have a selection of fish here. There's not that many. I wanted this one to, you know, I wanted to take my time and talk about all of these individually. The selection of fish you might find is a little bit strange. And that's because I teamed up with Koi to select fishes to put here. Which is why you might have never heard of some of these before. And I am allowed to open Wikipedia and check how large these animals are and what their features are. Okay. And lastly, chain restaurants, but how good of a place they would be to hide if it was the zombie apocalypse. Either like I stay here as a fort, like this is my house now. It's a temporary fort, like, you know, it'll do if I'm on the move. I would raid for supplies, like I wouldn't stay there, but I would go there and take stuff because, you know, obviously like society has collapsed in this situation. Only if I had no other option. This is like, okay, I'm being chased by a horde of zombies and now I need to go somewhere. And would steer clear of entirely. Like, I think that if I go to this place, it'll end badly, so I'm not gonna go there at all. Unless, like, you know, it's a really dire, or maybe even then, like, I wouldn't go, you know? Yeah, so these are the 4 tier lists we're gonna be doing today. Yay! You know, I just thought that so many people do tier lists of, like, candy or drinks, but you know, I've been a VTuber for like 5 years, so I think that I've done most of those things already, and I've shared my opinions on a lot of those things already. So instead, we're doing stuff like this. Yes. All right. Let's start off with the state one, and then let's do the fish one, because those are the two that I reference on YouTube. And then I think the Uma Musume one is going to take the longest, so I think we'd maybe do that one last. Yeah, I'll do them in this order. So state names, fish but in a fight, chain restaurants, and Uma characters but their name only. Okay. And remember that if you want to share your own opinions on these things, you can Google all of these because they're public templates. And you can send me your own opinion in my Discord if you would like. I bet energy drinks would take a while because you like all of them. That's true. Honestly, I think that I can tell you my energy drink tier list right now. It's like S tier is everything, and like B tier is Rockstar. And then maybe A tier is like Red Bull. Like I think Red Bull is like a little bit like I like it a little less than everything else. And then B is Rockstar because like, you know, it'll get the job done, but like anyways. I hope nobody from the Rockstar Corporation is watching. Real human name. Alright, first we got Alabama. Also, these are like not sorted at all. Originally, they were in like alphabetical order, but I didn't like name my files correctly, so they were just in a random order. I had Diet NOS today, and it's not bad. I've never heard of that. Alabama. I think Alabama, like the ending noise of Alabama, like it could kind of work, but like not in reality. Sponsor me for S tier goes crazy. Honestly, being sponsored by like any energy drink would be really epic because I would be able to promote that product like so wholeheartedly. Alabama, I think, is maybe if you squint. I think it could be bumped up to like could be a name, but I think that just, you know, relatively in terms of state names, like it sort of works, you know? Like if I met somebody named Alabama, I would be like, that's kind of weird, but I wouldn't be like, you're lying. You know? Bama. Okay, Illinois, I feel like is not a name. You know, I don't know if it's probably not or definitely not. I think probably not, because like, I don't know. I think that Illinois just doesn't have like the sort of sound that you would find in a name, but at the same time, I think it's not like overtly inhuman. You know what I'm saying? Also, I realized I forgot to delete that I'm live. Hold on, let me do that really quick. Red circle emoji. The only emoji in my recents. Links. Pro streamer, I really like, this is the one thing that I consistently forget to do like every single stream. It's sort of crazy. I even remembered to like update and be like, oh, I'm gonna be a couple minutes late today, and then I was like, I still forgot to tweet that I'm here. Anyways. I did that. Missouri, I don't think people would like to name their child Missouri because it sounds kind of like misery, you know? Miserable Missouri. Like you'll get picked on a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Do children know the word misery? Do children know misery? I think like maybe if you squint, or probably not, because I think it still kind of sounds like it could be a name, you know? Also, yeah, this is a little bit too French. Maybe that's just my like American POV. Like, I don't know. Canadians, do you think that it's viable for somebody to be named Illinois? Or would it be pronounced differently if it was like actually French? Miss, yeah. Miss Ori. Miss Ori, are you here? I think I'll leave it in probably not. Okay, Oregon, I think is like a definitely not, just because it sounds kind of like Oregon. And it just sort of doesn't have the sound that a name would have. Oregon, here's my little boy, Oregon. Here's my here's my son, Oregon. He's very healthy. You know, I just feel like it's not making it. Now, Alaska is like, that is a person's name. Like, there's people named Alaska. That's just real. Hawaii. I think Hawaii either like, and I think it could be a name, because I think that like, I would be surprised if I met a real human being named Hawaii, but I think that it has like a nice sound to where it could be a name. Like if you forget that it's the name of a state, it's like, yeah, you could be named Hawaii. Wouldn't they get bullied? And with every college slogan? Oregon? Yeah, definitely. Minnesota. No, actually, if I put on my delusional cap enough, I can see it. You know? Hey guys, my name's Minnesota. You know? And then like you can call yourself Minnie as a cute nickname, like Minnie Mouse. You know? Like maybe if you squint at best, maybe even probably not. But I don't know. I put on my real delusion hat, cuz like just, you know, Minnesota. I don't know. Okay, that's just what I think. Now, Ohio. I feel like Ohio as a state just has such a strong aura that it's really hard to ignore the state and like just think about it as a human name. Okay. Hey, I'm Ohio. Nice to meet you. Ohio here. Hey, I'm Ohio. No, it just doesn't work, man. Yeah, it's so like skibbity. It so does not work. I think probably not. Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohio desu. Yeah, I don't know. There's just no way I can rationalize that one. Okay, Washington is certainly a real human name. Probably because it's named after a guy. And there are other human beings named after that guy too. That's just true. Idaho. Ooh, I don't like that one as a name. Hey, what's up? I'm Idaho. No, actually, wait, I kind of see it as like a surfer guy. Sup, bruh? Idaho here. But like, I don't know, maybe if you squint, I feel like when I put things in the maybe if you squint category, it's because they're probably not human names, but it's like if you put on your delusional cap and forget that the state exists, then it could be a person's name. Yeah. Now, Mississippi, I feel like if you name your child Mississippi, you're low-key trolling, because why would you give a child like the hardest possible name to spell? Here's little Mississippi. My delusional cap is always on. This list is for me. Little Mississippi. Oh, Mississippi? Is Mississippi here? And then you could have a lot of fun teaching people how to spell your name. You could be like, oh, my name is Mississippi. It's Mississippi. Mississippi? Oh. Oh, she's sipping. You know, originally I was gonna put this in probably not, but I'm low-key getting like delusional about it. I kind of want to put it in maybe if you squint. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit actually, so you guys can see it a little better. Oh yeah, that's way better actually. This is so much better. All right, next we got Oklahoma. Oklahoma. I think maybe if you squint, maybe it even like could be a name. Oklahoma. This is my homegirl, Oklahoma. What would you call Oklahoma for short though? I feel like there's no good nickname you can make out of Oklahoma. Okie? Okla? Homa Simpson. I'm gonna say, just because there's not really a good nickname, then maybe if you squint. And I'm gonna move up Minnesota, specifically because it does have a good nickname. Maybe that's my line between these two categories now. Could be a name is like you could kind of like make it cute, but then maybe if you squint is like, it sort of sounds like it could be a name in an alternate universe where there's not a state that has this name, you know? Okay, now West Virginia, I'm saying is definitely not, because it has the word West in it. It's 2 words. Like, that's just so clearly a place. I think just Virginia, which is in here somewhere, that's gonna be a real human name. But West Virginia is so not a name, you know? Now Montana, this is like really could be a name. Okay, these aren't actually ordered, but you know, this is like on the cusp of going into real human name, because I haven't met a real person named Montana, but I feel like it so could be a name. Like if I met somebody named Montana, I would be like, oh, your parents were a big fan of Hannah Montana. Have you heard of Northwest though? That's true. But this is a list for a regular person. A regular person. Is there a if you hate your kid category? Honestly, the real if you hate your kid category might be like the middle category. The maybe if you squint category. Although if you really hate your kid, any of these will do. Sure, why not? Welcome to the world, West Virginia. Okay, Pennsylvania is a little bit long. Oh, but you can call yourself Penny as a nickname, you know? Penny. Hey, what's up? I'm Penny, short for Pennsylvania. Or you could call yourself Sylvia. It so works, guys. I'm not being delusional. It works. It works. I'm so serious. Or Pencil. Yeah, that too. What up? I'm Pencil. Okay, Arizona reminds me of the iced tea, but I think that one could be a name, honestly. Like, I think it sounds fine enough to be a name. Arizona. This is my girl, Arizona. It would just be sort of like, whoa. You have a really unique name, but it wouldn't be like crazy. It wouldn't be like, wow, your parents hate you for naming you Arizona, you know? It kind of works. It kind of works. Iowa. I think this one goes in maybe if you squint. I think it's sort of too weird to be a real human name, but I also think that don't know. Like, the way it sounds is sort of fine, right? Iowa and Idaho are twin names. Here's my two beautiful children, Idaho and Iowa. Oh my god, wait, that's cooking. That's really good. Yeah, no, I stand by putting it in the maybe if you squint category. Okay, Nebraska, I feel like is a, you know, it could be a name. That might even be a real human name. I don't know. Have you guys ever met a Nebraska? Something about it just seems very, like, real. Like, there could be a person named Nebraska. Like, maybe if you're from Nebraska, your name is Nebraska. You think that, like, in every US state, there's been at least one child born whose name is just the state name? Like, surely, right? Especially, like, things that are, like, above the third category. Like, I feel like surely there must be at least one child in history who's, like, born with the name Iowa, you know? Yeah, okay. Drag queen, close enough. Close enough. Nebraska's real. Okay, Rhode Island is like, that's definitely a place. It has the word island in it. It's not an island, but it has the word island in it. And for that reason, I feel like it can't really be a person's name. Nahuhi jump scare. Hi, Kira. Poor Oregon. I just like, Oregon doesn't even have like a northeast, southwest, or like, you know, islands. It doesn't have any of that, but it's still so not viable. It's not an island. Why then? Dude, I don't know. I could not tell you. It's definitely not an island though. Arkansas, I could see this like getting really misspelled. Like, imagine growing up and your name is Arkansas. Wait, Arkansas and Kansas ended up next to each other somehow. That was like not even planned. But like, I don't know, you could shorten it to Ark. Is Ark like a, like a viable human nickname? Tell me, humans. I think Arkansas is a maybe if you squint. Actually, yeah, it's like a maybe if you squint at best, because I feel like it could also go in the probably not. Like, it's just sort of strange. It's just sort of a strange word. Kansas. Kansas. Hey, what's up, man? I'm Kansas. Kansas. Kansas kind of sounds like Candace, which is a name. So maybe if you squint. Like, if I met somebody named Kansas and Kansas, the state, didn't exist, I would probably think it's fine. It would be a little bit weird, maybe. Yes. Yeah, it sounds like Candace. Okay, Nevada, I feel like is so like could be a name. Like, I don't think that people would name their child Nevada unless they really like Nevada, but if Nevada was not a real state, like, Nevada would be kind of a good name, you know? I don't know. It just sort of like looks like a good name. That's gonna be the best justification I have. South Carolina is definitely not, because it has the South in it. If it was, you know, just Carolina, then it would be like, yeah, that's a real person's name. But South Carolina, no. No, Nevada sounds like a water brand. That's true, but I think that's because it just sounds like a place. Hi, Dragoner, welcome in. Okay. California, I think I might be a little biased, but I think it could be a name. In fact, I think it probably is somebody's name, like for real. Because, you know, it has LA. I feel like there are so many people who are California fans. that there's just like, there's a 100% chance that somebody at some time has named their child California. Like, there's surely a California out there. I don't know. Am I, you know, am I just being like egocentric because I'm Californian? Yeah, and Cali like so works as a name. Hold on. How many people named California? Okay, according to mynamestats.com, California is ranked as the 66,336th most popular given name in the United States with an estimated population of 42. It's in the 74th percentile. Yeah. It also shows California is used as a girl's name 100% of the time. Yes. There are girls out there named California. Probably 42 of them. Probably 42 of them. And that makes it a real human name. Okay, Kentucky? I feel like could be a name because it has Ken in it. Or Kent. You could go by Kent or Ken. What's up? I'm Ken, short for Kentucky. You know? I don't know. Is that too delusional? I think it works. Yeah. Okay. New Hampshire is definitely a no because it has like new in it. Like that would be sort of messed up. Like, can you imagine if you had like a child named Hampshire and then you had like another kid named New Hampshire? That would be crazy messed up. Ham for short. Yeah, I just don't think it's working. I would go by Tuck for Kentucky. Oh, that kind of goes hard. The father is Hampshire. Oh, instead of being Hampshire Junior, they're New Hampshire. That's crazy. Old Hampshire. The implication that there was a baby born and they named it Old Hampshire is so funny. Okay, South Dakota. Dakota is a name, but South Dakota is not a name. South Dakota with a South in there. I'm sorry. It's so close. It's so close. I think that like the Carolina, the South Carolina, and then upcoming North Carolina and South Dakota, and North Dakota, obviously, are just so sad because like Carolina and Dakota could totally be names, but it's just the fact that they have the North and South makes them totally not viable. Okay, Colorado. I think Colorado could be a name. Colorado. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's just a maybe if you squint, because I can't think of a good nickname for being named Colorado. Colorado. What if you went by Rado and you were like, hey, I'm Colorado, but you can call me Rado? No, that sucks. That sucks so bad. Okay, I'm leaving it in the maybe if you squint category. Dog name? Oh my god, that should have been a category. Maybe next time. Dog name would be such a good category. Like, some of these are so viable as dog names. Okay, Louisiana, I feel like is just a name. Like, surely there's somebody named Louisiana. That just sounds like a normal name that a woman would have. Rado is my favorite board game reviewer. Is it short for Colorado? New Jersey, same thing. It has new in it, you know. Just like sort of weird. Sort of weird. Jersey on its own is already sort of weird, but like New Jersey is sort of vile. Tennessee, I feel like is a maybe if you squint, because I don't know, how would you nickname this? Like Tenny? Tenna? 10. CC. Oh. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Yeah. Nessie? Oh my gosh, like, what is it? Bella's child from Twilight? I don't know, I only saw the first one. Nessie actually is kind of a cook. Like, you're kind of convincing me that it could be a name. It's like, maybe, right? Right? Okay, Connecticut is so definitely not. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just so Connecticut. Like, really? I think that, you know, it doesn't even have a new or a north, south, east, west, but like Connecticut, I just can't find any way to make it human. That is just so not a human name. It's like Oregon. Maine makes me think about like Maine Coons, the cat. But I think that those are called Maine Coons because of the state. So in a world where Maine, the state, doesn't exist, I don't think I would have that association. But I think it could be a name because, like, you know, it's sort of like name core. Yeah. I might be delusional, but it's okay. New Mexico, it has the new, sorry. Texas. Texas. Hey, what's up? I'm Texas. I'm Alexis, Texas. I'm Texas Alexis. It's sort of like, I think, it's sort of like Kansas. Texas has last name vibes. Yeah, this is for first names though. For first names. Okay, Delaware. I was gonna say this is like definitely not, but I feel like it kind of might work a little bit. Like Del for short, maybe. Della. It kind of sounds like Bella. I'm 100% certain someone in Texas named their kid Texas. But I'm not saying it's a good name. Oh, that's so funny. I'm gonna keep it in maybe if you squint. Please don't name children Nahi. Okay. I'll do my best not to. Okay, Delaware. I think I'm gonna, just because like I'm a little bit delusional and I think that Del could kind of be a good nickname, I'm going to put it in maybe if you squint. Usually I would put like nicknameable names in could be a name, but I think that Delaware is just so bad as a name that like it's in the maybe if you squint. Okay, Maryland's kind of sounds like Maryland. So I feel like it's, you know, it's almost there. It's like 99% of the way there. And it's not even like a Candace sort of situation. Like they're very similar. It's like a one single sound difference. Yeah. Maryland. Yeah. So you could just call yourself Maryland, or you could just call yourself Mary and it would work. So I think it could be a name. New York has the new in it, which is why I think it's it would usually be definitely not. It would go here. But I think that New York as a city just has so much aura that, like, somebody's probably named this. You know? But, like, still probably not. I'm just gonna move it one tier up because of that. I just feel like aura-wise, you know, it has a lot of cultural significance. So, yeah, it's probably somebody's name, but I think that it's so, like, inhuman of a name that it should probably be down here. Okay, Utah, I feel like... Utah. It sounds like a name. I feel like it could be a name, but, like... not really. And there's no real name to, like, or there's no real way to nickname it either. Like U, but just the letter U would be sort of crazy. Okay, Florida, I feel like could be a name. It just sounds like a person's name. I feel like there's probably somebody from Florida whose name is Florida. I'm really curious about this, actually. Let me open up that other tab that I had. Oh, I closed it. How many people? All right. What? What the heck? Huh? Wait, it's actually, like, kind of a popular name. Yeah, like, it's not a bad name. And by popular, I mean it's ranked as the 4,284th most popular given name. That's definitely, like, top tier here, then. Florida. I guess that I could reasonably have just created this tier list by making brackets based on, like, the... you know, like the amount of people that actually have these names, but that's definitely not as fun as me just saying that some of them sound better than others. Yeah, Florida's a name. People are named Florida. Now, Massachusetts, I feel like is not a name. Massachusetts. It just sounds so, like, a place. It sounds like a place. It doesn't even have an indicator, but it sounds like a place. Massachusetts. You know... yeah, I think it's in the same place as Connecticut for me. It's a little... yeah. It's a little bit strange. North Carolina also has, you know, North in it, so... L... Vermont, I feel like, could totally be somebody's name. In fact, it probably is somebody's name, right? Vermont. Am I crazy? I don't think it would be that crazy if somebody's name was Vermont. Vermont. Hey, I'm Vermont. Yeah, I don't know. Real human name? Maybe. Maybe it's just could be a name. Well, obviously I don't know, so I'm not that certain, which means I'll put it in the orange one. It kind of works as a vampire name. Ah, yes, my uncle. Vermont. Georgia, that's just a person's name, man. Georgia, that is so a person's name. That's just George, but feminized. Now, Michigan, I feel like is gonna be in probably not, because, like, Michigan. How would you shorten Michigan? I'm gonna leave it there. I don't know. It sounds like not as bad as Connecticut, but it sort of sounds bad still. Okay, North Dakota. That's gonna go in the definitely not. I can't wait to get flamed by someone named New Hampshire being like, what do you mean my name is definitely not? My parents love New Hampshire. Okay, Virginia, that's a person's name. I have met people named Virginia. Mitch for Michigan. Oh, but I guess it would be like Mish. You'd have to stretch a little bit to make it Mitch. Yeah, sorry New Ham. Sorry Connecticut. Oh my god, I really hope that there's no human being out there named Connecticut, because I spent like this entire stream just, you know, really going back and dunking on the name Connecticut repeatedly. Wisconsin, probably not. Because the last name, like, a lot of these are viable, but Wisco. Gonna get dragged on Twitter for name preferences. Please, no. Wyoming. I think Wyoming's a beautiful name. Twitter user Wyoming lover. Wyoming is a name that I've heard a human being have. Okay. Alright. Here we go. I'm gonna save this. We did it. Here's the final tier list. Real human names: Alaska, Washington, Nebraska, California, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, Virginia, and Wyoming. Oh wow, that took an hour? Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of worried about that Uma Musume one, not gonna lie, but maybe I'll go through that one a little faster. Could be a name: Hawaii, Minnesota, Montana, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, Kentucky, Tennessee, Maine, Maryland, and Vermont. And then I think maybe if you squint is more like, imagine we're in an alternate universe where this state doesn't exist, but this name still exists somehow. And you have to be a little delusional about it. Alabama, Idaho, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Iowa, Arkansas, Kansas, Colorado, Texas, Delaware, and Utah. Honestly, it's crazy that I put Delaware there. Okay, probably not Illinois, Missouri, Ohio, New York, Michigan, and Wisconsin. And definitely not is going to be Oregon, West Virginia, Rhode Island, South Carolina, New Hampshire, South Dakota, New Jersey, Connecticut, New Mexico, Massachusetts, North Carolina, and North Dakota. Yay! Those are my hot takes. You guys should totally look up this tier list and let me know if you have any hot takes. All right. Next up, hold on. Do I have an ad break soon? I low-key realize that oh no, the echo. But yeah, I low-key realized that I don't have like ad notifications anymore because of my multi-streaming setup. So, oh well, I think I should probably have an ad break soon, or maybe I just did. I'm not sure. Whatever. Connecticut being absolutely not is kind of crazy to me because CC is a cute nickname. Wait, I didn't even think about that. Connecticut. No, but why would you be named Connecticut in the first place? You know, like I feel like naming your child Connecticut and then forcing them to be called CC instead so that they don't have to tell people that their name is Connecticut is sort of like insane. I feel like that's like that would just be messed up. Connecticut. Check back in a while and maybe I'll gaslight myself into thinking it's in probably not. All right. I think I'm gonna go grab my water really quick. The water that I got specifically for this stream and then left downstairs on my table. I'm gonna go so fast and then I'm gonna come back and water's actually perfect for this. Fish based on if I could take them in a fight. Yeah. Alright. Be right back. I was so fast. I was so fast. I'm already back. Ah. Okay, let me sip this really quick. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the hydrate. Okay. That was a lot of talking for no water, right? I was like, I'm a little bit cooked here. Okay. We have... Here, let me introduce you to the cast of fish that me and Koi picked out for this stream specifically. Here is the blobfish. The genuine blobfish in its correct form. The butterfish. The chub. The clownfish. The goblin shark. Low-key, I could not find like a good full body image of the goblin shark, and I wanted you guys to see how like its face looks. So, that's why it looks so much scarier than every other creature here. The guppy. I have actually had a lot of guppies. They're really cool. Koi. I had to put Koi in there because I was making this with Koi, who is very swag. Wait, does this command work? If I do this? Yes! It does work! Yeah. There's neon tetras, also a very like popular aquarium fish for kids. The ocean sunfish, which is huge. An olive flounder, not to be confused with a dab, which is a fish that most people know because of Animal Crossing. The pelican eel. Okay, I was looking on Wikipedia for fish to include in this list, and the pelican eel low-key terrified me. I was like, yo, what is this? Wait, no, let me look it up right now. Pelican eel. Look at this! Look at this thing! It's like... it's so... You know? Like, they can only grow up to like 3 feet, so, you know, reasonably it couldn't swallow you, but this thing is also known as the swallower. Or the umbrella mouth gulper. Is that not terrifying? Yeah, it's not that big. It's not that big. It's only like, what was it? They're smaller size eels. They grow to about 2.5 feet in length. Although lengths of up to 1 meter are plausible. So yeah, I do think that they're cool, and Koi was a fan of these, which is why I included them, but I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. It looks like an underwater viper. Oh my gosh, if you think that one looks like an underwater viper, wait till we get to the viper fish, which is also scary. Next we got the pineapple fish, which looks like a pineapple. We got the piranha, of course. I had to put a piranha in here. We got a porgy, a salmon, a seahorse. You know, you probably know these. Another fish that you probably know is the sheep's head fish, which I accidentally pronounced sheepsheed once because of how it's spelled. But this is the fish that has like teeth that look like a human being. Where is it? Oh yeah, this thing. See? Look at the teeth. Look at the teeth. Oh man. It's so scary. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, looking at these pictures is making me distressed. Anyways, we got a sturgeon, which is also way bigger than I thought. We got a tiger shark, a triggerfish, a viper fish. The viper fish is also pretty interesting. I should stop looking these up because we're probably gonna look them up as we go too. But look at this thing. Oh my god. We got a wahoo. I had to put a wahoo in there because wahoo! That's my thing. And then we got the walleye, the yellowfin tuna, and the zebra lionfish. Yeah. Anyways, let's see. We got I win easily. It'll be tough, but I win. It's a fair fight. I'll put up a fight, but it wins. Or they beat me easily. Okay. The first one is going to be a blobfish. Let's look up information about the blobfish. Fish family commonly known as the blobfishes. Yeah, this is what they look like in their like inflated form. I believe they're quite deep in the ocean, which is why like everybody knows that like exploded one because of the pressure explosion. Oh yeah, this one's a deep sea one. I think this is like the one that I always think of. And then this one has like more stuff going on. Yeah, this one's like a normal one. Is Nahi afraid of any kind of fish? Not like really. I think that maybe that one eel was sort of messed up. The swallower, the pelican eel, but you know, it's also kind of small. And I think that like most scary-ish fish are sort of small. But you know, fish can have other defense mechanisms. Let me see. So the blobfish are... Oh man. Their name is derived from a Greek word meaning to have a cold bath. Wow. Alright, they're tadpole shaped. Their skin is loosely attached and movable, and the layer underneath is gelatinous. That means that they have a weakness. Okay. Deep dwelling members of the family. Highly pressurized depths. Okay, how big are they though? Honestly, I think that like I could probably beat one in a fight. Because I can live in an environment that oh no, but because they can survive in a high pressure environment and they're built for that, doesn't that mean that they might, you know, be able to beat me? I think that like I would still win though. I think I would win. I don't know if I would win easily. I would feel kind of bad, maybe. No, I think I win easily. I think the blobfish I win against. Okay. Yeah, it's like if I punch one, it only has like its hard shell on the outside, and then it's like gooey and soft on the inside, which I feel like is so vulnerable. All right, next we got the butterfish. I have to remember what these all are. Butterfish. This one, maybe. Ray-finned fish. Oh no, this is like not a specific fish. What did I put in the picture? Oh. That guy. Yeah. It should be like probably this thing then. Oh my gosh. Why is its eyes so scary? Alright. I think that this thing... I could probably beat in a fight. I think so. This one is often incorrectly listed as butterfish. Oh my god, I'm getting like Wikipedia distracted right now, where I just become mildly interested in everything and start clicking on random links. Why is it called a butterfish though? Oh well. I will defeat it like a knife through butter. I think I win easily here. Alright, next is going to be a chub. Dude, I think I can beat a chub. I know about chubs. I fish these up in Stardew Valley all the time. I think that chubs are so beatable. Chubs, I win easily. What if I end up putting all of these in I win easily? Wouldn't that be so funny? I could beat any fish. Okay, clownfish, I think, you know, I think I win. I know that clownfish, their whole thing is they're, like, not vulnerable to the electrocution of anemones and stuff. But, you know, his son is missing. He's weak. I just have to remind him of that fact and he'll crumble. Okay. Next is the goblin shark. This might be the first fish that I can't win against easily. Because it is a shark and it is really scary, I won't lie. Like, look at this thing. That thing's big. That thing is kind of huge. Also, like, I don't know how much oh wait, no, I know my height in centimeters. I could figure this out. Yeah, so I'm shorter than this guy, which means I'm even smaller compared to a goblin shark. And also, like, they're scary. If I see this thing, dude, oh my god, I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna be scared if I see that. Nail-like teeth? Bro. No. No, that's so scary. I think that I would put up a fight. Maybe. But I think that it wins. I think that it beats me. No, let's be real. I think that, like, if I wasn't, like, sort of afraid of it, it would be here. But because I am sort of afraid of it, I think I would probably just try to run away, which means it would beat me easily. Yeah, so pretty good spread we have going on here. Very balanced tier list. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Okay, a guppy, I feel like you would think that I would win easily, but because I, you know, had a lot of guppies growing up, I have a very soft spot for guppies. They're probably, like, one of my favorite fish, which is why I think that, like, I would win considering how small it is, but, like, I don't know. I think it would be hard on me emotionally, which is why I think I'm gonna put it in this category. Yeah, you know their weakness? They're like... they could be crushed by a penny. They are the weakness. The entire thing. Okay, Koi destroys me. She could beat me up like crazy. She knows how to kickbox. She's also really athletic. And... you know, I'm kind of a shut-in. I'm kind of a gamer. So I think that she could just destroy me easily. Neon Tetra, I think, yeah, I'll win easily. Because, you know, I guess I might have had a couple Neon Tetras growing up, actually. But I think that, like, I don't have the same sentimental attachment to them as a guppy. Because, like, the thing about guppies is there's so much variety, you know? Like, there could be so many different colors. And Neon Tetras all look like this. They all look the same. And that endears me to them less. Therefore, I win easily. Okay, ocean sunfish. This one, I want to look up how big they are again. Because I remember them being really big. The mola mola. Also known as the common mola. Let's see. Adults typically weigh between 545 and 2,205 pounds. Uh-oh. Dude, I think that this thing could just, like, walk into me and I would just explode. Like, I don't know. It doesn't look vulnerable. It doesn't look like I could possibly hurt it. It's just like a big thing. A big thing that is like extremely heavy. Just crazy heavy. You know? Many areas of sunfish biology remain poorly understood. Adult sunfish are vulnerable to few natural predators, but sea lions, killer whales, and sharks will consume them. Dude, I'm not a sea lion, a killer whale, or a shark. I'm screwed. I think that, like... Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong one. I think that they beat me easily. I think they beat me without even noticing me. I think that they just bump into me a little bit, maybe. Like, they weren't looking where they're going, and I just get absolutely flattened, you know? Okay, next is gonna be an olive flounder. I think that, like, an olive flounder might actually put up a little bit of a fight, because their whole thing is that, like, they can they can camouflage pretty well, right? Like, they lay down on the floor on the seabed and they pretend not to be there until, like, something that they want to eat swims by, and then they just, yeah, they have a stealth mode, and then they pop up and they go up. And I think that because I have somewhat bad vision, it'll put up a fight. No, but I win. Yeah, I think I win this one. Okay, pelican eel. I think the pelican eel is here, actually. Because even though it's really scary, and for that reason, I think it would win, it's also not that big. It's not very big, but it is really scary. It's so scary that I would put it here if it was bigger, but because it's sort of like, I don't know, yeah, it's only like 2 feet. It's so small. And yet its jaw unhinges so wide that it can swallow things that are larger than it. Which is really freaky and messed up. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about this so far. Yeah, the pelican eel. I looked it up earlier, but I'll look it up again in case nobody saw it and you want to be scared. Pelican eel. Look at this thing, man. This page is so long. Whoa, what is this? What the? Its eyes developed to detect faint traces of light instead of actually seeing things. So that's why they have such small eyes. Hello, hello, what is that? This is a pelican eel, and right now I'm determining that if I was a fish, or maybe if I was not a fish, I would not be able to take it in a fight. I think it would win, but I think I would put up a fight because they're also not that big, and they also have limited eyesight, which means, actually, I'm feeling confident. It's a fair fight. I think I have a fair fight against the pelican eel. I think it's a fair fight because it has such limited vision. I have really terrible eyesight, but I think that, like, that's the reason why it'd be tough for me to beat the olive flounder. Yeah, like, if it can't see me, how is it going to swallow me? How is the swallower going to swallow me? Yeah. Okay, anyways, pineapple fish is going to be next. The pineapple fish, you know, I feel like vibe-wise I could beat because it looks like a pineapple, but maybe that's just like deception. Okay, the pineapple fish, also known as the male fish. It is also known as the night fish or the coat of male fish because it has armor-like scales. Honestly, this fish is pretty cool looking, if I do say so myself. Look at that. 2 pineapple fish at the Sydney Aquarium. Let's see. Due to its small fins and rigid armor, the pineapple fish is a weak swimmer. Okay, so it has a low speed stat, but it has a high defense stat. I think that the high defense stat might be a problem for me, but I think the fact that it's very slow gives me a lot of time to evade it. Is armored with heavy bone. Oh my god, this fish probably has a really high defense stat. Yeah, I'm going to say that it's a fair fight between us because, you know, I have the speed, I feel, you know? I think my vibe is that I have attack and speed and low defense, whereas the pineapple fish has low speed and high defense, but I also think that attack-wise, it doesn't have a lot going for it. Which is why it'll be a fair fight. Alright, next is a piranha. Next is a piranha. Let me read up about piranhas again. Yeah, you know, any piranha really. Although often described as extremely predatory and mainly feeding on fish, their dietary habits vary extensively. They will also take in plant material, leading to their classification as omnivores. Okay, so they might actually be friendlier. They might just be like, you know, they look tough. Distribution. Okay, size. They can be 5 to 14 inches. 1 piranha or 10? Just one. Just one. They're usually in schools. I know. However, that doesn't matter here. This is a one-on-one fish arena. Or fish versus vampire arena. I won't tell you which one. The largest species can reach up to 20 inches or 50 centimeters. That's actually quite large. But I mean, it sounds like all it has is its teeth, right? The teeth are tightly packed and interlocking and are used for rapid puncture and shearing. That's really scary. You can clap one piranha surely. That's what I'm thinking, right? Because if it has like really sharp teeth, I'm thinking that its like attack stat on its weapon, which is its teeth, is quite high. However, I don't think that like, you know, like I think that they're evadable. Piranhas have one of the strongest bites found in bony fishes. Relative to body mass, the black piranha produces one of the most forceful bites measured in vertebrates. This extremely powerful and dangerous bite is generated by large jaw muscles. They're adept at tearing flesh. Okay, that sounds really bad for me actually. I think this is the sort of situation where if I get bit one time, it's like sort of over for me. I think I actually lose this one, guys. I think I lose this one. I think that I put up a fight, though. I think I put up a fight, but the piranha wins. I think that it destroys me in the end. But, you know, I think I'd put up a fight. Like, I'd be dodging its moves. I would be dealing damage. But I think that once it hits me one time, I'm like, oh no, owie. It's over. Okay, a porgy's next. The fish. Yeah, yeah. I get insta-killed. I just have to like have a good enough like evasiveness, and I don't think that I have good enough like evasiveness to do that, you know? If a vampire gets bit by a fish, does it become a vampire fish? No, but I think that if I bite a fish, it might become a vampire fish. Good thing I've never done that. I've actually never eaten a fish even once in my life. Anyways. Porgies. They just seem sort of like normal fish. Like, this is a fish that people eat. Okay, they have oblong, moderately deep and compressed bodies. The head is large. No scales on the snout. That means that their snout is susceptible to my damage. The mouth is slightly oblique and can be protruded a little. The upper jaw never extends back past a vertical line through the center of the eye. That is a very specific qualification, but interesting. There are teeth in the jaws which vary from conical or flattened, but there are no teeth on the roof of the mouth. Okay. Man, I'm learning so much about like fish physiology today. I think that I beat this porgy. Not gonna lie. I think I win easily. I think I destroy it. Yeah, this is a normal fish. Alright, next we got a salmon. That's also a normal fish. Oh, but salmon do that thing, right? Like when they have mating season, where they like jump up the waterfall and stuff. Which is sort of crazy. That sort of means that the salmon probably has very high agility. Like, I think a salmon probably has more agility than me. Which means it might be tough, but I also feel like the salmon probably can't do very much damage. Oh, maybe it does, like, plunging damage. You know, like Shao from Genshin Impact. Salmon are huge, though. That is true. I think that maybe it'll be a fair fight. Maybe it's a fair fight, then. I was like, I win. This probably. But like the plunging damage. Okay, let's look up seahorses next. Honestly, when you really think about it, like, aren't seahorses a little bit, like freaky? Like, that's a fish. Isn't that bizarre? Vampire Nahi lore. Salmon have more agility than me. I feel like salmon have like very high agility for a fish. You have to admit. Okay, its name means sea monster or sea animal. Sea animal, yes. It's a horse, what do you mean? Oh my gosh. Uma Musume. SSR seahorse. Okay, let's see. What do they got? They're very small, first of all. They go up to 35 centimeters. They're named for looking like horses, obviously. They're bony fish. Don't have scales, but they have thick skin. Okay, if they have thick skin... Oh no, they have thin skin. Okay, wait. That means that they probably have a low defense stat then. Each species has a distinct number of rings. The armor of bony plates also protects them against predators. Okay. The bony plates. I guess it's like, instead of just being a fully armored guy, it's more like they have, like a big shield, you know? Like they don't have ribs. You can just swallow it? No. This will be a gentleman's fight. They are so small. But what if in this situation I'm a fish, guys? What if? Razorfish are the only other fish that swim vertically. Oh wait, then they probably have agility. They probably have some kind of movement gimmick because they move vertically as well. Okay. Seahorses swim extremely poorly. Okay. No, they have terrible agility. They just have a strange gimmick about it. Okay, and the slowest moving fish in the world is a seahorse. Which means that I solo them, obviously. Yeah, I think I win easily. I think I destroy the seahorse. Are you trying to justify a seahorse beating a vampire? No! I win. I just wanted to make sure, you know? I wanted to make sure it didn't have any sort of like secret weapon that it could use. Okay, now the sheep's head fish, like I said, is that one really scary one. It looks really normal. And then you look at this fish. You look at this fish's teeth. It's scary human teeth. And that sort of freaks me out. So I guess it has that on me. I guess being scared of a fish sort of like puts a status effect on me. A fear status effect. The large flattened teeth are used to crush prey, protected by shells or armor, as well as to scrape barnacles off rocks and pilings. Okay, so it looks like their teeth can get past armor, but honestly, like, I've never really been an armor guy. I feel like I always prefer like less armor, go faster, or less armor, go just hide, you know, or just, you know, be fast, go in, hit them, and then run away. So I feel like the teeth actually are not going to do a lot to me, but I do think that it would be scary. So I'll put it in, it'll be tough, but I win. Next we got a sturgeon. Oh my gosh, sturgeons are actually so interesting. Hold on. Look at this thing. This is a drawing, but it's so like strange looking for real. Whoa, they got the family tree in here. Oh yeah, like look, this is a sturgeon. This is a real sturgeon. Like the ridge on the side is sort of crazy, and they're also kind of like big. Like look, this one's the largest sturgeon species, the beluga sturgeon. How big is this thing? Yeah, look, it rivals the beluga, or no, the beluga sturgeon rivals the ocean sunfish as the most massive fish, and is the second longest bony fish after the giant oarfish. And giant oarfish are crazy looking. Like, have you ever caught one in Animal Crossing? Look at how huge this thing is. Like, oh my god, my head's blocking it. Look at this. This thing is gigantic. The largest accepted record is 3,463 pounds. This thing's huge. Okay, but this is the beluga sturgeon specifically. I'm thinking like an average run-of-the-mill sturgeon. I mean, they're still really big. They're still really big, and they still have that ridge on them. Several species can grow quite large, typically ranging 7 to 12 feet in length. That's really big. That's 2 to 3.5 meters for the non-Americans. Yeah, they're kind of huge. But what is their weaponry? Interactions with humans. Caviar. Oh yeah. Wait, yeah, no, I remember this because I have a sturgeon farm in Stardew Valley that I use to farm caviar. I do be farming these guys in Stardew Valley. Behavior. They extend their siphon-like mouths to suck food from the benthos. What is that? Oh, I see. Oh, wait, they have no teeth. That means that they have low attack. You have experience is what you're saying? Yes. Wait, many sturgeons leap completely out of the water. What? Usually making a loud splash which can be heard half a mile away on the surface and probably farther underwater. Why they do this is not known. They just really be styling. They just be styling on the other fish. Another explanation is it simply feels good. Wait, that's crazy. A 5-year-old girl was fatally injured after a sturgeon leapt and struck her? Wait, that's crazy. Dude, I don't know. I think the sturgeon might beat me with its plunging damage. I think that it might beat me with plunging damage. I think I'll put up a fight, but it wins. Yeah. Regrettably, I think it wins. Okay. Tiger shark next. Tiger shark. What makes a shark a tiger shark? It is a ground shark. I think I just sort of wanted like a semi-normal shark in here, but oh my god, it's kind of huge. Rough approximation, as tiger sharks vary considerably in length, and so do people. Yeah. A large predator. They can get up to 16 feet 5 inches. Wait, that's sort of crazy. That's really big. A solitary, mostly nocturnal hunter. Okay, so we're on the same playing field in terms of being nocturnal. It has a wide food spectrum. Okay. It can also eat other smaller sharks. I think I might be cooked. It has a reputation as a garbage eater. Oh my god, it's gonna get me. I see. Okay, so it's killed people. It's a shark. Sharks have this stuff. I think that, like, if it really was trying to kill me, it could do it. But... oh wait, huh? It has a clear eyelid that can cover the eye. Whoa. Enhances low light position. Okay. It's an apex predator. Dude, could I even put up a fight against a tiger shark? Like, I sort of went into this like, okay, every single fish on this list is going to be trying to kill me. Like, we are in the fish fighting rink. I'm trying to kill it and it's trying to kill me. I think that, you know, a tiger shark probably wouldn't try to kill me if I met one, for real. But I think that if one was for sure trying to kill me, I think I'm just completely cooked, man. I think I can't even put up a fight. Like, it's just over. Yeah. Alright, next is going to be a triggerfish. Alright, this is a triggerfish. I think this is actually like the same exact, yeah, this is the same PNG that I used in the tier list. I removed the background of this one. Yeah. While several species from this family are popular in the marine aquarium trade, they're notoriously ill-tempered. Okay, so they'd be in a bad mood already. Maximum length of 20 inches. But the extinct species have gone up to 6 feet. That's sort of crazy. Its teeth can crush shells. Slow movement. Okay, they propulse. Why are they called a triggerfish, actually? Okay. As a protection against predators, triggerfish can erect the first two dorsal spines. The first anterior spine is locked in place by erection of the short second spine and can be unlocked only by depressing the second trigger spine, hence the family name triggerfish. Okay, I see. I don't really get it, but it sounds like they have some sort of defense mechanism. Whoa. That's crazy. This fish looks like a drawing of a fish. Okay, I think like... Okay, some of them might be toxic. But some of them are edible. I think that I beat them. I think I beat the triggerfish, but I think that it puts up a fight, you know? I think it puts up a fight because it has some defense. Bigger than I thought. Yeah, they're a little hefty. Okay, next is the viperfish. This one is also kind of scary. Yeah, I think I showed this earlier. This thing. Bro, scary. Look at those teeth. I get the scary debuff. I get the scary debuff. The scared debuff on this one. Alright. They only grow to be about a foot though. So they're quite small. They're just scary. That's like the sort of vibe that deep sea creatures give me. Like, they're really weird looking and scary, but they're not that big. Camouflage them by blending in with less than 1% of light that reaches to below 200 meters depth. Okay. They have slow metabolism. Okay, they have large fang-like teeth. Wait, twin? They're so long that they would pierce the brain of the fish if misaligned. Oh my god. That's crazy. They might have longer teeth than me. Let's see. They're quite small though. They are quite small. They're covered in scales. They're easily shed. Beneath the scales, the skin is covered with hexagonal pigment patterns and slime. Okay. Oh wait, feeding. They eat a bunch of random stuff. They maximize energy by consuming few but large prey. Uh-oh, I think I might be large prey. Whoa, that's sort of crazy. Alright, I think that, like... I put up a fight. But maybe... No, it's so small, though. Like, I think it's a fair fight. I think it's a fair fight. I have scary debuff, but it's sort of okay because it's like small and I mean its teeth are really long. It has like fangs, but so do I. So maybe if I was a fish, I would just be a viper fish, you know? You know, they are really freaky, but I don't know. Do you see the resemblance? Okay. Next is a wahoo. I put in a wahoo because... Oh wait, I closed the tab. Yeah. The wahoo is... the wahoo wahoo. Which is so me. Maybe this is what I would be if I was a fish. Its speed and high quality makes it a prized and valued game fish. Okay, so this fish has high speed. It has a bunch of colors, but when they die, they disappear. And it has razor sharp teeth. Okay, actually, I think I might be a little bit cooked. Specimen can be up to 8 feet. Wait, that's way bigger than I thought. I thought this would be like a normal sized fish. That's wild. Oh my god. That thing's kind of big looking. Almost as tall as Nahi. So true. I'm incredibly tall. Oh my god. Dude, I think the wahoo might beat me. I think I put up a fight, but it wins. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, wait, it's really fast and it's big and it has razor sharp teeth? I think I'm just cooked here. Alright, we're almost through the fish list. It's been fun. I've tricked you guys into browsing Wikipedia with me. This one I feel like is kind of a normal fish. Walleye comes from its pearlescent eyes, which let the fish see in low light conditions and give it an opaque appearance. They avoid bright light and feed in low light on fish that cannot see as well as they do. Wait, they're also night owls. Relate? Okay. But it looks like they feed on fish that can't see as well as them. And if I was a fish, I would also be looking around at night. So I think that I would still win potentially. Yeah, I think that it would put up a fight though. I think it would maybe beat me under the right conditions. Okay. 2 left. One of them is the yellowfin tuna. Which, fun fact, is like the first fish that I added to this list for some reason. I don't know why. I was like, oh, a tuna. A lionfish might fold me. Okay. This thing. Oh my gosh, this picture's so small. Why is it so small? Okay, it's a larger tuna species, so it weighs up to 400 pounds. That's sort of bad. That's bad news for me. As high as 7 feet 10 inches in length. Okay, so big. Way bigger than me. Just huge. It can dive to considerable depths. Behavior. They travel in schools. Dude, if it was like a school of yellowfin tuna, I would be cooked. I would be so insanely cooked. Oh man. Diet and predation. They include other fish. Their body shape is adapted for speed, which means that, oh, I think I lose to them in agility, and I lose to them in size. Yeah, they can capture fast-moving fish. Oh, but they're preyed upon by the wahoo, which means that it definitely loses to the wahoo. Unlike most fish, they're warm-blooded? What? That's sort of crazy. Okay. Well, I said I'll put up a fight, but it wins to the wahoo. I think that it's... You know, honestly, I think it still wins. I think it still wins. It's just like, it's just so big. It's just so big. Like, if one was really trying to kill me, it could just like ram into me and I would just explode. All right, lionfish time. The last fish. Low-key, I didn't put that many fish on this list, and I'm glad that I didn't because every single fish is taking so long, but it's okay. It's also been about an hour. All right, lionfish. They are venomous marine fish, and they have warning coloration. I should have looked at that before getting into a fight with them, apparently. Whoa, they look really cool. I think that, like, I obviously sort of lose to one because they're venomous. Like, I think that human beings, like, probably get stung by these and get really hurt. Let's see. They're skilled hunters. Okay. They blow jets of water while approaching prey, which confuses them. That would work on me. That would confuse me. And then they turn them around to face them. Oh my god, wait, that's so scary. That's so scary and aura. Oh my gosh. Interaction with humans. They're venomous. Basically, they can do some really horrible stuff to you. Oh my gosh. Fatalities are more common in very young children. So yes, this fish has killed before. Yeah, I think that it beats me. I think it beats me easily. And there you have it. My fish, based on if I could take them in a fight, tier list. Let me know what fish you could take in a fight by looking up this exact tier list. Even if you kill it, you still die of poison? Yeah, it does poison damage. Wiki rabbit hole would be a fun stream. Yeah, I should do that sometime. I've actually done like Wikipedia race streams with Ada before. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Oh my gosh, I missed another hydrate too. I'm sorry. I need some kind of like noise for those. You could say the other list for another stream if you want. They're all taking an hour. That's true. That is true. You're right. Maybe I will do these next week. Maybe I'll do these next week because I've already planned out my streams for this week and it could be fun. Yeah, I think we'll do that. But here's what I got in store for you next week. Fast or chain restaurants as zombie apocalypse hiding spots. I specifically didn't say fast food places because some of these are so not fast food places. I have Applebee's on here. I have a Din Tai Fung on here. I think that this one is going to be fun. I also made this list with Koi, but I was like, there's one problem. I've never been to a Waffle House, but I feel like it's part of the, you know, it's important to the American experience, which is why I put it here. But yeah, my Waffle House assignments will be fully based on the vibes that I get from Waffle House, and that's it. And pictures of it. But yeah, I do think that this one will take a long time because I plan on looking at like the average building structure of these places, you know, because like I gotta know like how the building is set up in order to figure out if I would stay here as a fort. But you know, I already have like an idea of how some of these will do. Now howdy, hi Chrono, welcome in. And then this one will just take long. I feel like these names, it won't take me that long to do like every individual one of them, but I think that there's just so many that it's going to take me a hot minute. So I think we'll probably do these two on maybe on Monday or Wednesday next week. Yeah. Hi, Snow! It's zombies, so is it a good zombie defense? Exactly. And it's also like, what kind of stuff would I find there that could help me out? But here is the stream summary. States based on how good of names they are. And fish based on if I could take them in a fight. Honestly, I didn't expect the fish one to take so long because I didn't pick that many fish, but I did have a lot of fun looking at Wikipedia. It was nice. It would be nice to keep doing tier list streams and stuff. Now I know that maybe 2 is a good amount. Poor Connecticut. Man. Everyone wants justice for Connecticut. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I think it is nice to have chatting streams be like a couple hours. It is quite a good time. It looks like Ada is streaming right now. So let's go ahead and rate her on Twitch. Ada Lira. My Oshi. Stream Starlight. Here's my raid message. Here's my raid message if you're a sub. Didn't hear anything about Ham. Ham is not a good name for a child. There's Miki Ham. Did I join too late, Sag? I'm sorry. I've spent a couple hours already talking about this, but we're gonna continue it next week because I have made far too long of tier lists to get through in 1 week, so we're gonna be doing the same thing. Yeah. And what is it? I think, what am I doing tomorrow? Oh yeah, I think I probably have fogs. Hold on. Let me just double check this. Yeah, I have fogs tomorrow. It'll be at 7 p.m. my time. So yeah, very fun. Here is my merching from my review in case you missed it. Here's my Discord. Return to Blue Dog. Yes, Blue Dog Jail. Alrighty, bye bye.